The Malian international who goes by names of Yves Bissouma is undergoing a medical right now at Spurs, and Man City have gone ahead to put in a bid for Cucurella. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Good morning, and where you're watching us from, it's going to be a marathon because we are doing things that we've never done before, because it's everywhere in the view of the fact that transfers are heating up left, right, and center. Arsenal have already brought in their third signing of the season, who goes by names of Fabio Vieira, and is undergoing a medical right now at London Colney in there for you. And teams that are into the top six are really tightening it up at their squads in there for you. When you look at Man City, they've already brought in Julian Alves. They've already brought in a player who goes by the names of Erling Haaland. Now they're looking for Cucurella coming in from Brighton. Cucurella is really a very good left back, and Fabrizio Romano has really gone ahead to tell us this, that a bid is being put in by Man City. It's an exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. Has said Man City are now set to submit an opening proposal to Brighton for Marc Cucurella. First bid ready to proceed in advanced talks in the next days. Man City, Cucurella is still Man City top target as left back. Pep Guardiola really wants him. Work in progress in there for you. I really like the way these teams like Man City are really doing their business, because Spurs and Liverpool are really ahead of any of those teams that are in the top six. Arsenal comes next in there for you. Chelsea and Manchester United come last, because they've not yet shown their nerves in there for you. Chelsea, Manchester United are coming last. My top teams that are really doing transfers well: Man City, Liverpool, and Spurs. Spurs have so far brought in 3, and they're going in for more 2. Man City is bringing the third one. Liverpool is bringing in the second one in there for you, and they're trying to reinforce their squad. So Marc Cucurella, the moment I saw him play at Brighton in there, I really said he cannot play at Brighton the following season, because he looked too good. He looked to be a quality of a team that is way beyond Brighton. He is good defensively. He is good going forward. He reminds me of a Patrice Evra. The way he plays, he reminds me of Patrice Evra, because Patrice Evra was good defensively and good going forward. But Marc Cucurella, he is tall. Secondly, he is good at narrowing down the pitch. He doesn't play so much widely. When he really gets that ball into attacking positions, he narrows it down. That is a different type of left fullback in the world, because most fullbacks in the world all left backs do one thing: they really play wide. But Cucurella is really a different kind of player. Defensively is okay. His work engine is really not questionable. When you look at his cross while going forward, he's a different kind of player altogether. I remember he scored Manchester United a goal in there for you, and he really looked great. And going forward, that means if at all he was at Brighton and he was scoring goals while going forward with a team that doesn't have most of the ball, what is it going to happen when he's at Man City with a team that really plays total attacking football, and they almost have 70% of possession in each and every game they play? He's really going to enjoy that game of football. He's really going to compete onto the best left back position in there for you, because people like Afonso Alves had really coming through to announce themselves as the best left backs in the world. But this time round, it has really gone beyond them, because Cucurella, I really believe that he's better than Afonso Alves, and he's going to be the best left fullback or the best left back in the world, according to me, because he is really someone who has really shown us glimpses of really being a good player and a good left back at the side which goes by the names of Man City. So I know that today, or by the end of this week, Man City would have gotten done with Cucurella, and he would be a Man City player. I don't know what you guys think about it, but me, I really believe that he's really going to be a Man City player in the next 2 or 3 days, because Man City, when they strike, they hit. You get? When they hold the gun, they make sure they pull the trigger and they hit the target. That's Man City for you. They've already brought in Erling Haaland. They're having Julian Alves, and they want to bring in Cucurella. So Cucurella's story, when it's done, we go to the man of the moment, Yves Bissouma, who is undergoing a medical at the side which goes by the names of Spurs, and this news has been brought in by a man who goes by the names of Fabrizio Romano in there for you. Fabrizio has gone ahead to say that Yves Bissouma, currently undergoing medical tests with Tottenham Hotspur staff in London as expected, all proceeding in the best way. Bissouma's agent also in London to complete the final details on the contract reports in there for you. That means they've already agreed personal terms with the side which goes by names of Brighton. By the time you see a player doing a medical, that means that means the two teams involved have already agreed a final fee. It's £25 million with £5 million add-ons. That is what Spurs have agreed to go in for a player who goes by names of Yves Bissouma, a player who was valued close to £50 million last summer because he was left with just 2 years on his contract. He said, I'm not renewing my contract at a side which goes by names of Brighton, and I'm going to any team that really wants me. And he wanted to go to London, especially at Arsenal, but Arsenal have really snapped him and said, let's go in for a Fabio Vieira, and you go to where you want because we feel like you're good, but you don't really fit into what our manager, who goes by names of Mikel Arteta, wants in there for you. So if his Bissouma is undergoing a medical, that means it's a matter of time for him to be announced as a Spurs player. But Spurs are really doing great. Antonio Conte, the manager, I think he told the owner of Chelsea, the owner of Spurs, that if Antonio want me here, I want signings. I want close to 5 signings in here. And so far, he has brought in a goalkeeper. He brought in Ivan Perisic. Now brought in Yves Bissouma, 2 to go. And we expect him to bring in a centre forward and maybe another forward that plays either on the right or left flank. Because I really believe when you look at the right flank, there is Kulusevski, but on the left flank, they only have a player who goes by the names of Song Heung-min. So I will believe that they can go in and bring in a Rafinha, because they've also been linked to a player who goes by names of Rafinha in that statement in there for you. And Fabrizio Romano never ended there. After letting us know that he's undergoing a medical, he went ahead and let us know that Spurs are working to complete final details on personal terms and get contracts signed to announce Bissouma as a new signing. The two clubs have completed paperwork after medicals were done in there for you. It's absolutely not over for Spurs, with more signings to come in there for you. So he has completed the medical, that is Yves Bissouma, after undergoing it the previous day, and now they're waiting for papers to be signed, or which they're going to be signed, because this is it Petrici there for you. He's the sporting director, that Italian, and he's making things happen as they're supposed to go. Spurs look like they are going in for a trophy. They are not coming in the season to participate. They want to contest for the trophy. I really believe that Antonio Conte is building his squad to compete for the Champions League and compete for the Premier League. He doesn't want to spoil any chance. He wants to really rewrite history, that I went to Spurs, found them out of the top 4 positions, put them into the 4th spot. They play the Champions League, and the next season competed for the Champions League and the Premier League. All that is possible according to what is really going in through a side which goes by the names of Spurs in there for, because it's being backed. They're giving him players. Even in January, the reason as to why they beat Arsenal for the 4th spot is that for him he brought in 2 players. That is Bentaku and a player who goes by the names of Kulusevski, and those 2 players were so much pivotal into the season of Spurs. Those 6 months from January to June, all to May 22nd, there's so much pivotal in there for. Now there comes one of the best central midfielders I've known in the Premier League, good at tackling. They are press resistant. They are technically gifted. Their physicality is not under any question. They can shoot from far. They are talented. That is Yves Bissouma, and anytime from now is going to be announced at Tottenham Hotspur in there for you, as Fabrizio has gone ahead to confirm to us in there for you. Yves Bissouma has passed the medical at Spurs. Paperwork is only left to be signed to unveil him as the new player of a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur. Your reactions to Yves Bissouma completing his medical at Spurs, and then and then a player who goes by names of Cucurella going at the side which goes by names of Man City, because they are preparing the opening bid and they are going to bid for him. Anytime from now, you are going to hear news that a bid has gone through, accepted by Brighton, and then after, the player will be crossing to a side which goes by names of Man City to do medicals. I go by the names of Rokani David. Good morning. This is our first story of the day. More are really coming because it looks like an action-packed day. Thank you for watching us. Good morning.